Have you ever looked in the mirror and no longer recognized the woman staring back at you? Not because the face was unfamiliar, but because it lacked light, lacked life, as if a part of you had been quietly set aside by time. I remember that feeling clearly. My once praised long hair, admired for its femininity and grace, had turned into a heavy curtain that masked every feature. Every morning felt like a battle with thinning, flat, tangled strands. I tried every tool around: brushes, blow dryers, oils, but the more I tried, the more I felt like I was holding on to something that no longer fit who I was. Some days, it felt like I was disappearing behind my own hair. It no longer highlighted me, it weighed me down, made me retreat, pulled my face down with time. What hurt most was that I had truly believed long hair was the key to staying youthful. But in reality, it made me look tired, washed out, and every time someone pulled out a camera, I quietly turned away. Change is never easy, especially when what needs to change is tied to memories and your own sense of identity. But one day, I made the decision to cut off that long hair. It wasn't just a few inches, it was the shedding of a fog that had quietly settled over my spirit. And from that moment, I began to discover short hairstyle, not just more flattering, but ones that lifted my features, brightened my gaze, and gently reignited the confidence I thought I had lost. This is the journey. I want to invite you on the journey of 11 short hairstyles that can transform not just your appearance, but how you feel about yourself after 60. 10 hairstyles that lift and brighten the face after 60 hairstyles. 1 long layers that drag it all down. There was a time when I believed that long, layered hair was the key to preserving femininity and youth. People said long hair softens the features, that gentle layers would frame the face, creating a graceful, flowing look. But after turning 60, I came to a painful realization: the hairstyle I once loved no longer served me. It had started to work against me. The issue isn't just age, it's how hair reflects the subtle changes in the face. When the skin begins to sag slightly, when the jawline loses its former sharpness. Long layers, instead of hiding imperfections, end up drawing the eye downward. The wispy strands that once added softness now fall limp and heavy. No longer layered, but more like a sad curtain that conceals the light that used to shine. Long hair may once have symbolized softness, but after 60, it can easily make the face appear dull, lifeless, and weighed down. I remember standing in front of the mirror, trying to blow dry volume into my hair, using a round brush, applying all sorts of styling sprays, but all I saw was limp hair clinging to sagging cheekbones. I felt exhausted, not just from the effort, but because I was holding on to something that no longer fit, like keeping a beautiful dress that no longer zips, hoping one day it will fit again. When I finally chose to cut my hair shorter, I wasn't just choosing a new style, I was choosing a new way of living. Lighter, clearer, less about hiding. In the next chapter, the bob cut began with a clean, confident snip, sharp but never harsh. Hairstyles 2. The classic bob. The bob you swore you'd never get. I once swore I'd never get a bob. In my mind, it was tied to images of overly practical women, those who chose convenience over style, with hair so neat it felt dull. I wanted my hair to stay soft, flowing, a symbol of femininity that wouldn't back down to age. But then, after one humid summer, my long hair turned against me, frizzing up, falling flat, clumping into lifeless strands as if protesting its owner. I walked into the salon, sighed, and said, "Just make it make sense again." That's when I heard 3 words that changed everything. "Let's do a bob." I hesitated, then agreed. And for the first time in years, I looked in the mirror and saw a version of myself I had forgotten: sharp, refreshed, defined. The classic bob with chin-length precision that softly hugged my jawline not only gave structure back to my face, it brought out the brightness in my eyes and the smile I thought had faded. The beauty of the bob lies in its precision, not so long that it pulls the face downward, not so short that it feels harsh. When cut correctly, it's like a perfect picture frame, highlighting every unique feature of your face without overwhelming it. And most importantly, The classic bob is a loyal companion, low maintenance, effortlessly polished, and still presentable even when you've just rolled out of bed. If you've ever thought a bob was a form of surrender, I understand. I once felt the same. But sometimes the smallest change, a clean cut at the chin, can be the biggest push you need to step out of your comfort zone and into your own light. And in the next part, I'll tell you about another haircut shorter, bolder, but equally surprising, the soft pixie. Hairstyles 3, the soft pixie that doesn't scream edgy. Perhaps no haircut causes more hesitation among women over 60 than the pixie. For many of us, the word pixie conjures images of ultra-short, sharp styles, something only high cheekbone models with a rebellious vibe would dare to try. I used to think that too, and I was wrong. A pixie doesn't have to be edgy, harsh, or make you look like you've stepped out of a 1970s film. In fact, the soft pixie, a gentler, more refined version, is one of the most surprisingly flattering choices for women with round faces or softer features after 60. It doesn't shout I'm bold, but rather whispers I know who I am. This style keeps a bit of length at the top and front, just enough to create movement and a soft lift, while the nape is delicately trimmed to subtly elongate the neck. It's this contrast that gives the face a naturally lifted appearance. Facial features appear more defined, the eyes brighter, and the overall look is tidy, youthful, yet full of grace and maturity. The most lovable thing about the soft pixie is that it doesn't require you to be a styling expert. With just a few fingertips and a dab of light wax, you can create an intentional look even if you rolled out of bed only 15 minutes ago. It's the perfect blend of freedom and refinement, of simplicity and confidence. I once had a friend with fine, unruly hair who constantly complained about how unmanageable it was. After trying the soft pixie, she beamed and said, "I look like me, just better, and I believe you deserve that moment too." Next, we'll explore a bolder style, the side-swept bangs that buy you sleep, where softness and symmetry meet in one graceful sweep across the forehead. Hairstyles 4, side-swept bangs. The side-swept bangs that buy you sleep. Have you ever looked in the mirror in the morning and thought, I look more tired than I actually feel? Sometimes it's not just from restless sleep or harsh bathroom lighting. The real culprit might be that flat, lifeless fringe pressed against your forehead, revealing every line and under-eye shadow. Side-swept bangs are a quiet yet powerful remedy for moments like these. This isn't the heavy, high-maintenance fringe that demands a flat iron and a jazz playlist to start your day. It's a gentle sweep of hair across your forehead like a soft ribbon, intentional but not overpowering. These bangs subtly veil the signs of time, adding depth and balance to your face while drawing attention to your eyes and cheekbones, the natural highlights of midlife beauty. Another wonderful thing about side-swept bangs is their versatility. Whether you wear a bob, a pixie, or shoulder-length hair, this type of fringe pairs beautifully, adding charm and a touch of effortless French elegance. It's also your secret weapon for those bad hair days, just a few quick strokes, and you're polished enough to head out. No oversized sunglasses required. I once met a 63-year-old woman who told me, I don't need to look 30. I just want to look like myself after a really good night's sleep. And that's exactly what side-swept bangs do. They don't make you look obviously younger. They make you look well-rested, radiant, and self-assured. Next, we'll explore a small but powerful detail, the tapered nape, the subtle neckline trim that lifts your whole face without a single touch of a scalpel. Hairstyles 5, the tapered nape, that does more than you think. There's a fascinating detail that few people notice. The hair at the nape of your neck is actually the backstage crew that shapes your entire hairstyle. After 60, as the neck begins to shorten and the shoulders lose their natural straight posture, leaving the back of your hair puffy or unkempt can make your overall silhouette appear heavier and less refined. That's where the tapered nape, a precise trim at the neckline, becomes a silent but powerful weapon. It may seem like just a subtle snip at the back of your neck, but its effect is anything but minor. A tapered nape hugs the neckline, creating a clean contour that lifts the entire hair structure and brightens the face. Gone are the bulky clumps of hair brushing against your collar. Gone is the puffiness at the back that overwhelms your features. In its place is polish and poise from behind, something most people overlook but instantly notice when you walk by or turn your head. Many women have shared that they never realized how important the back of their hairstyle was until they happened to see a photo or video taken from behind. A hairstyle may look great from the front, but if the back is messy, the harmony falls apart. The tapered nape isn't just a styling trick, it's a sign of refinement, of attention to detail, and above all, self-respect. If you're looking for a transformation that isn't dramatic but still upgrades your entire look, start with the place no one expects the nape. And in the next part, we'll explore an even subtler technique, the hidden layers that make fine hair look fuller without adding a single strand. Hairstyle 6, Hidden Layers. The hidden layer cut that fakes volume. After 60, thinning hair and lost volume become a quiet concern for many women. You may not see dramatic hair loss, but over time, the thickness fades, the crown flattens, and your face looks less lively, more tired. Meanwhile, traditional layered cuts often make thin hair look even thinner, scattering like a cloud blown by the wind. And then comes the solution in a technique that's nearly invisible, the hidden layer cut. Unlike traditional layers that are clearly visible on the outside, hidden layers are cut subtly on the inside, close to the scalp. No one sees them, but they act as a scaffolding that props up the top sections of your hair. These internal layers create a lifting effect, giving the crown area volume and vitality as if your hair had been infused with new energy. For those with fine, sparse, or limp hair, the hidden layer cut is a way to revive fullness without relying on volumizing products. It keeps the exterior soft, but strengthens from within. A hairstyle that looks effortless but reflects the skill and precision of a true stylist. Women over 60 don't need the thick, voluminous hair of their 20s. What they need is balance, neatness, and above all, something that doesn't take forever to style each morning. Hidden layers are the answer. They don't shout for attention, but quietly help you look fuller, fresher, and more confident. In the next part, we'll explore a short, simple cut that works especially well for glasses wearers and for anyone who wants a brighter, cleaner look around the face, the ear-length cut. Hairstyle 7, Ear-length cut. The ear-length cut that works with glasses. There's a quiet frustration many women over 60 don't often mention every time you put on glasses. Your hair seems to become the enemy. Strands get tangled behind the frames, brush against your cheeks, or fall messily around your face. It's not just irritating, it makes you feel disheveled and less confident. Constantly pushing your hair back and adjusting your glasses dozens of times a day becomes exhausting. Then comes a surprisingly effective solution in a seemingly simple style, the ear-length cut. Don't dismiss this cut as boring. When done with the right technique, an ear-length cut creates clean, defined lines that frame your face like a picture frame that highlights the beauty refined by time. It's short enough to stay clear of your glasses without taking up visual space around your face, but long enough to offer elegance and structure, more than just practical. This cut has a unique aesthetic power. It opens up your face, letting your eyes take center stage, especially important when you wear glasses. Your gaze becomes more noticeable, your features brighter, and best of all, no more battling your hair every time you wear your frames. The ear-length cut isn't fussy or forced. It's a smart minimalist choice, modern, flattering, and perfectly aligned with the reality of older women's lives, neat, softly beautiful, and effortlessly functional. Next year, we'll discover a cut that can visually lift your entire face by a few centimeters without makeup, the subtle shag that fakes energy, a hairstyle that gives you a boost, no morning coffee required. Hairstyles 8. The subtle shag that fakes energy. Some mornings, you wake up feeling like you never slept. Your face looks tired, your hair falls flat, and there's no spark in your eyes. You sigh at the reflection. But then, a small change in your hairstyle can shift everything. The subtle shag is that quiet miracle, a cut that fakes energy without needing coffee or a thick layer of makeup. Unlike the messy, wild shags of the past, today's modern shag is a blend of relaxed texture and effortless style, with softly trimmed layers around the crown, cheeks, and temples. The hair gains natural volume, soft movement, and depth. And here's the magic: when your hair moves, your face lights up too. You look more awake, refreshed, and vibrant, even if you just had time to brush your teeth. This style is especially ideal for fine, thinning hair that has lost elasticity over time. Clever layering creates the illusion of fuller hair. No complicated styling products required. Whether you're in a cozy outfit at home or stepping into a casual get-together, the subtle shag brings an easy elegance. Like your energy is something you wear naturally, without trying too hard. And the best part, it's more than just a haircut. It's a message: you don't need to prove you're always glowing. You just need the right haircut that highlights the radiance of mature beauty. Next, we'll explore the perfect in-between style, the collarbone crop. That's not quite short, not quite long, a solution for days you crave change without taking a big risk. Hairstyles 9, the collarbone crop. That's not quite short, not quite long. There are days when you want to change your hairstyle, but not in a drastic way. You miss the freedom of short hair, but still long for the softness and flow of longer locks. That's exactly when the collarbone crop becomes the perfect choice, especially for women over 60 seeking the harmony between youthful freshness and elegant maturity. The collarbone crop falls right at or just slightly below the collarbone, that delicate point where the neck opens up and grace begins to show. This length elongates the neck, slims the face, and avoids the heaviness that longer hair can bring when it starts to thin with age. Yet, it's still long enough to twist into a loose bun, tie back neatly, or style when you want to refresh your look. What makes this cut particularly charming is its versatility. You can pair it with soft curtain bangs, add subtle layers to create movement around the cheeks, or keep it sleek and straight for a polished feel. Whether your hair is silver, fine, or softly wavy, this cut works quietly and gracefully, enhancing the features shaped by time rather than hiding them. But most importantly, the collarbone crop isn't just about length, it's a state of mind. It reflects the woman who has lived enough to know she doesn't need to prove anything through her hair, but still wants to wake up each day, look in the mirror, and see someone who is beautiful, confident, and fully herself. Up next, we'll explore the final hairstyle in this journey: the textured crop, the miracle cut that stylists reach for when you simply say, "Do something that makes me look good." Hairstyles 10. The textured crop stylists recommend most. There are moments in life when you sit in the salon chair, look at yourself in the mirror, and sigh, "I just want to look a little better, feel a little lighter." You're not asking for a complicated cut. You don't want to spend time styling every morning. You just want a change that lifts you up. That's exactly when the textured crop becomes the go-to solution. Many stylists recommend, especially for women over 60. This is a moderately short hairstyle with soft layers at the crown that create natural volume. The cut isn't harsh or edgy, but it still feels modern and intentional. The magic of this cut doesn't lie in its length. It lies in how the layers are placed just enough to frame and lift the face, just right to let the light reflect off your natural silver strands or stylish gray tones. Unlike some traditional cropped cuts that feel rigid, the textured crop is soft and adaptable. You can simply tousle it with your fingers on casual days, or enhance the texture with a little mousse for special occasions. The nape is usually tapered cleanly, giving the illusion of a longer neck and a more graceful silhouette, while the crown has just enough lift to add life and vibrancy without looking like you're trying too hard. This is also a forgiving haircut, perfect for days when you're short on time. It keeps its shape even when your next salon visit is overdue. It looks great air-dried, without the need for blow dryers or round brushes. For women going through the subtle transitions of aging, the textured crop is a quiet affirmation: "I'm still me, and I choose a beauty that's simple, thoughtful, and deeply authentic." There are changes in life we simply can't stop, like thinning hair, skin that shifts in tone, or a reflection that no longer looks like it did in our 30s or 40s. But that doesn't mean we have to give up on our beauty. In fact, the years we've lived through are what give us a deeper, more graceful, soulful kind of beauty. Every wrinkle, every silver strand tells a story of love, loss, strength, and resilience. Choosing a haircut is more than just changing your appearance. It's an act of self-love. The right hairstyle can lift your face, brighten your eyes, and even soothe your spirit. It doesn't need to be elaborate or unrealistically youthful. It just needs to feel right for your face, your season of life, and your truest self. That's already beautiful enough. If there's one thing I hope you take from this video, it's this: you absolutely have the right to change, not to please anyone else, but so you can smile at the woman in the mirror. Because true beauty has nothing to do with age. It comes from acceptance, care, and honoring yourself. If these words resonate with you, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below with your favorite hairstyle. We're not just talking about hair, we're talking about the journey back home to yourself. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video where beauty is ageless and confidence is forever.